Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Timo. I'm sorry I can't put the Diplomat Model T video online yet because there's a problem with either YouTube or my video editing software. Well, I will sort things out tomorrow, I hope. In the meantime, to sweeten the wait and well, to do something that is long overdue, I'm making this video, and this is the third part of the One Step Up videos of the SOTA series. And just because it's been such a long time, I'm going to tell you what this is all about. SOTA means Smoothest of Them All. I'm just trying to find out which of my fountain pens, and there are about 150 now, has the smoothest nib. And to do so, I have different categories of pen, and I compare the nib of each pen in each category. And in the end, there will be a big finale where I will compare all the winners of every category. Alright, a smooth nib doesn't necessarily have to be a good nib. I mean, okay, a really smooth nib is never bad, but there are more qualities to nibs, such as flexi nibs. And you know, sometimes you need a little bit of resistance. Some nibs I have are so smooth they are barely controllable on some paper, but they are perfect on other paper. So the smoothest nib doesn't mean it's the best nib, but well, that's the goal for now. I'm going to find out which one is the smoothest. So one step up means this is not your typical first pen. Usually, at least in Germany, you start writing with a fountain pen in elementary school. And you usually have something like a Pelican Pelicano or a Lamy ABC, stuff like that. And the one step up pens are these kinds of pens you buy later when you acquire a taste for it somehow. And I've already shown the Lamy Z50 model fountain pens, the Z50 nib fountain pens, you know, Lamy Safari, All-Star and so on. And I've already shown you many Kaweco fountain pens, and now what I'm doing is, well, what I have here, what I'm going to show you is some other not so very common one-step up fountain pens. You might know some of them, the Parker IM you will probably know. You might know this Waterman fountain pen. And there are some that maybe you know here, this one, the Tradio by Pentel it is. And well, although you probably have not seen all these fountain pens yet, they are all available. Some are not up-to-date models like this Waterman. I don't think it's being made anymore, but it's widely available, just like the Vito pens. They are available, they are new, you might not know them, but they are there, you can order them online easily. Well, okay, that's it. Let's start to find out which one of these fountain pens is the smoothest of them all. See you in a second. So here we are with a bunch of fountain pens, all in the price range of a Lamy Safari or Kaweco Sport. The paper is always this Clairefontaine, and now I will try to find out which of these fountain pens has the smoothest nib. Let's start with this pen. This is a Pentel Tradio, a Japanese fountain pen. If you look at the nib, it looks very much like a Schmidt nib unit, and I say Schmidt nib unit because I think Schmidt doesn't make nibs anymore. They simply buy them elsewhere and combine them with their feeds and housings maybe, and sell them as Schmidt nibs. Okay, let's get started. This is a Pentel Tradio, something on the paper. Tradio. I can already tell this is not going to be the smoothest of them all. I wasn't even sure whether to take this in here in the mix or to make to put it into the inexpensive Japanese fountain pen mix, but well, actually, okay, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm just simply going to note that this is Waterman Bleu Serenité, for those of you who want to know, but there's no need in trying any more than that. This simply cannot be the smoothest one. Okay, let's go on. The next fountain pen is the completely different Rotring Skin. This is not made anymore. I think this pen is out of production. Rotring Skin, come on. Yeah, with a Y and a double N. But this fountain pen is widely available, and it is definitely a lot smoother than the Pentel. It actually is really, really smooth. And it has no real weaknesses here either. Yeah, that's pretty good. The ink, by the way, is unknown. I think it's black ink. It must be something cheap, very cheap. I only have one black ink, and that's not it. Anyway, that was my fault. This is a smooth nib, definitely. Really good smooth nib. Okay, let's go to the next one. And the next one I'm testing here is the Parker IM. I didn't know whether to put this one into the mix or not, because when you buy this in a store here in my hometown, you have to pay about 35 euros, but you can get this pen online for about 20 euros. I expect this one to be good. It is good. It is. It's always a bit weird with Parker pens. They kind of feel different than other pens. The problem here is it is smooth. It is pretty smooth. I use this one in class all the time, and every time I write with this I think, wow, this is a really good smooth nib for this little money. It's amazing. But now in direct comparison to the Rotring, this is not as smooth. It is a smooth nib, definitely, but it's just not as smooth as the Rotring. That's really sad. I like this pen. Anyway, this is out of the race, just like the Pentel Tradio. So far, the Rotring is the best one, but we have 4 more fountain pens to go. And let's just not waste time and go to the next one. The next one is a fountain pen you might not know. It is from the German company Vito, which is short for Werner Dorsch. They have nice designs. They do office supplies and stuff that others don't. I like this one a lot. And it is really smooth, although it sounds completely different. Maybe it's because of the metal here, or I don't know. Maybe the silicone or whatever this is, feels like silicone, makes this less noisy, but you can hear some noise when I'm writing, but it's actually really smooth. Vito Roxa is the model. Wow. Yeah, this is definitely smooth. This will be in the, well, top, don't know, 3, 4, 5, 2, together with a Rotring. Well, let's check these two later. Okay, the next fountain pen is a German fountain pen as well, a very nice one I'm very fond of. This is a Diplomat Traveler, the steel version. The recommended retail price is very high, too high, but you can actually get this fountain pen for less than 20 euros in Germany at least. Steel, Nice nib, nice design, I like it. The cheapest Diplomat pen. Maybe I will buy a more expensive one day. Let's get started. This is a Diplomat Traveler, and well, I'm immediately noticing a couple of things. The first thing is this is not as smooth as the Vito before. The other thing is, okay, this is a lot thinner line. The third thing is the ink is Kaweco blue black. But well, the most important thing is this is not as smooth as the Vito, and so it is out of the race, as we say here in Germany. Although you can see it has some advantages, it has flex. The reason why it's railroading is simply because there's no cartridge in it. This is just the rest of the ink from the Kaweco blue black cartridge that was in there. Otherwise it wouldn't railroad. It is a springy nib, it's really nice, but anyway, unfortunately it is not going to be in the finals. So let's get the next one. The next one is a fountain pen that is out of production as well, just like the Rotring. It is a Waterman with a very funny design, I think, for Atria, I think is the name. And can you hear this? Hardly, because there hardly is any noise. This is really, really, really smooth. Exceptional smooth. Really, really fantastic. The ink, by the way, is something by Diamine with an M at the beginning. Matador, Monaco Red. I'm not sure. I think it's Monaco Red, but I'm not certain. Alright, this is going to be in the finals. This is fantastic. Just listen to the sound the downstrokes make. I can't hear a thing. The side strokes I noticed here, okay, there's a bit. This is a normal fountain pen nib sound on paper. Okay, more pressure. This is not normal. This is next to nothing. This is really, really silent because this is a very smooth nib. Alright, so far the Waterman, the Vito and the Rotring are going to be, well, have to compete against each other in the end. But there's one more fountain pen, and it once again is a, oh gosh, there's an eBay auction with some fountain pen. I have to hurry up. Okay, this is another Vito fountain pen. They really have nice designs. This one is called Wave. It is really, really beautiful. And it does have a different nib than the Vito before. As you can see, different shape, different overall nib design. So I thought I will put that into the mix as well. Let's just see what this nib can do. Okay, this is a Vito, sorry, Vito Wave, not a Roxa. I'm just trying to push this a little to give it a little bit of line variation, because apart from line variation there's nothing this nib could have to offer over the other Vito nib. This is not exceptionally smooth. The ink, once again, just so that I have something to write, is Kaweco blue black, and this certainly, and you can hear it, is not the smoothest nib of them all. So away with it. What we are left with is these three here. It is the Waterman Forum Adria, the Rotring Skin and the Vito Roxa. Let's just test these three again. Starting with this one, the Forum Adria. A bit slow maybe. Alright, this is really very smooth. Can the Rotring keep up or not? Okay. I can tell it's not as smooth. It is really very smooth, but just not as smooth as the Waterman, unfortunately. Yeah, the Waterman is smoother, definitely. Okay, this is a bit sad because it is a very good fountain pen and the nib is really exceptional. It is smoother than most nibs. Even if you spend 3, 4, 5 times as much as this pen costs, you will find difficulties finding something that is smoother unless you have this Waterman and maybe this Vito. Okay, this is difficult. It is smooth, definitely. Even between the Rotring and the completely different. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the difference between these two pens, and it's very simple. This fountain pen would be smoother probably, but it has maybe due to the shape of the point, or I don't know what, it has an overall feedback, a kind of resistance when writing. It is very smooth nevertheless. This one has less overall resistance, less overall feedback, but it's not scratchy, but it is rather scratchy compared, no, it's scratchier than this one would be, you know. How can I, you know, this one is like cutting through butter with a blunt knife. You can do it and you will feel the resistance, but you can do it and it goes in one move and stuff like that. And this is just like cutting bread with a very good bread knife. You know, you can go through the butter and through the bread and through the bread in the same way, but it's just a completely different feeling. It's hard to decide which one is better. If you're looking for something that is really smooth, I would take the Rotring, and if you are looking for something that gives you a little bit more character, maybe I would go for the Vito. Really hard to decide. Okay, which leaves us with the overall winner. And definitely Waterman, Forum, Atria. It's not being made anymore, probably for several reasons. Maybe it's just because of the production cost or whatever. Maybe it's because it's a really ugly design. Sorry to those who like this pen. I find it hilarious. It feels very cheap for an all metal pen, and the design is really not up to date. Well, so. But the nib is exceptional, and I would say even compared to a lot more expensive pens. Come on now. Even compared to a lot more expensive pens, well, it can keep up. For example, I'm really looking forward to comparing this fountain pen to the Faber-Castell nibs. and I think this one might just be the winner at 20 euros. Or actually a little bit less, I think. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope this was useful. See you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.